What's up, guys? So, first things first, I have recorded the Great Ninja War from Saturday night, and honestly, it was a huge disappointment. We had a pretty good chance of winning it because a lot of people from, the Konoha group were online as far as the strong ones. So, we had a pretty good chance of winning. But, we were missing two key people. One of them has been MIA, and then the other just surprisingly missed out one day. So, it would have probably been a totally different outcome, as well as we're still waiting on a lot of members that are currently on cooldown for Great Ninja War to actually do it. So, Wednesday we should actually have everybody, and assuming that people become more active and actually make it to Great Ninja War, it should be better for us overall. But it was kind of disappointing, and I'm just really tired of losing it. It's just really annoying. You have to keep losing Great Ninja War, and it's pretty much only two groups, and there's just no competition as far as Great Ninja War, because all the other smaller groups are going to the bigger ones. Another thing is that I kind of stopped recruiting, so a lot of more groups have been joining the other one, and it's just pretty much gonna be two groups going at it all day long, and nothing else I can do. So pretty much change the distribution, I guess guidelines or whatever. It's going to be based for my group as far as your participation, as well as your current battle power, and then depending on what ninjas you have. And what that means pretty much is that if someone has more ninjas, or I would say more ninjas from summons than someone else, then they're going to take priority. This way we can actually have everyone get higher combo teams, get better ninjas overall, get more 3-stars, all this kind of stuff. So that's kind of how I prioritize it. But then it also goes by, how many times you've been there, how many times, and what your battle power is. Because we want to make the stronger people stronger, and then we want people who don't have the ninjas to get stronger. So this way I think it's more of a fair system, but at least we're gonna keep coming in second place, so we can get two of the legendary packs, a lot of hero packs, and the elite packs, I believe. But winning the Wind Nation or whatever, we managed to lose the others, and we're trying a different approach this time, because I assumed that the 10 points was gonna get stacked again, and then I found out that a lot of the top players weren't there. So I took the hero pack, ended up getting 2 more seal scrolls. I figured why not do like a quick summon. Pretty much done with Tendo treasures. I'm not gonna go for Sage Jiraiya from there anymore. I spent 800 scrolls on that and did not get a Sage Jiraiya, so I'm gonna wait till he comes in an event. Pretty much gonna try to go for a Conan and a Chio. That's really what I want to get. I would love to get a Conan. As far as I know, I don't know what the super rare is in that thing. And because of all the fucking dupes I've been getting, I got Zabuza way over a 5-star. I even got 64 fragments in case they let you do 6-stars in the future or whatever. It would be kind of nice if they let you, convert those fragments. Either convert duplicate fragments to points and let you like redeem other fragments, or just do some kind of system for that, because unless they plan on going beyond a 5-star, you're never going to use them anyway. But today was a pretty nice day. I managed to get level 63. I'm halfway to 64 by the end of the video, and pretty much a lot of people have been asking for it. Show us Tendo. So in the last video I was really depressed because I recorded for an hour, did all these pulls, wanted you guys to be happy, and it just fucked me over. And as well as yesterday, I did the ninja exam level 80. I managed to do 81 as well, and I'm done for now. I'm not gonna really pursue this. Maybe at like a higher battle power I'll actually try. Maybe level 70. But I mean, it was a good day. I managed to get 62, and someone else got level 60 on my server today, so maybe I'll try the Akatsuki team instance later on. And we got both of the cat things today, the trials. So make sure you get the XP one and the coin one. But basically the team I have is going to be Tendo Pain, Hashirama, and Iruka. And honestly, I didn't really like the idea in the first place. I was like, how are these two going to work together? And I realized it works amazingly. So the only downside is that Iruka and Hashirama's skill, their mystery, is only going to benefit Konoha ninjas. So everyone but Tendo gets the buff. But Hashirama has a passive that gives ninjutsu to everybody. So Tendo Pain still gets that. And his highest stat is ninjutsu. So pretty much his mystery hits like a motherfucker, man. It is insane the amount of damage I've been seeing. And it's pretty much the same team as I was using previously, honestly. I thought about it today. I was like, damn, this is like the same team, except instead of Shirado, I'm using Tendo. And then it works way better. I get a higher combo. And Tendo Pain is freaking OP. I think he's more overpowered than Hashirama. Honestly, I think Tendo Pain is a lot better to get than Hashirama if you're going to be pulling. Sometimes you can get him at 400, But you know, a majority of the time I've seen people pull him at 8. So for those of you who pull him at 400, you're lucky because, in my opinion, I think he's way better than Hashirama. Key points being he's immune to ninjutsu damage, so only taijutsu works on him, and then he blocks the first taijutsu attack of every single round. Plus he has like 2 chase skills, or his chase skill attack does it twice in a round, and then his mystery is nuts. So the thing that threw me off was when you go on the QQ combo simulator, his mystery says 80 chakra, so that's why I was like, how the fuck is this gonna work? You know, seeing 80 chakra on the combo simulator, but then I noticed it's 60 in game, so I found out that the Chinese version, or in the Chinese Naruto Online, Tendo Pain is a lot stronger, and therefore he has way higher chakra cost over there. Now those waterfall stones would have come in handy right about now. You're gonna see what I'm talking about later. And I was here thinking, do I get Toby because I only need 3 fragments anyway? But when I realized it's like you have to spend all your coupons and ingots for that, I figured, you know what, might as well just throw away 1,000 several trial points. It's not like I'll be using them for anything else. But you know, group skills have been getting maxed. I think we got level 6 or 7 group skills right about now. So I have to I'm gonna pretty much get everything to 25 and then kind of slow down. So yesterday though, I don't know what happened, but I managed to lose like 100 battle power, and I didn't know what happened. I didn't change any equipments. I didn't change, like, the gears didn't swap. Everything was cultivated. Everything was awakened. Everything was leveled. Everything was fine. And then I don't know what happened. I just lost 100 battle power yesterday. And you know, whatever though. I managed to level up today. Managed to do a lot of things, and I pretty much got it back. So, you know, fighting Kapow, he has been spending a lot as well. He managed to pull a Hashirama yesterday, although he's not using him right now. So I'm not sure what his plans are. But he has done a ton of pulls. He has 2 more ninjas than me because of the sealed treasures at 30 he did, as well as, you know, the Hashirama pulls now. So he's already 400 deep from the Tendos. No idea how many he's deep for the other ones. And then he's also been spending a Magatamas and refines. So pretty much me and him have been going at it, even though it used to be me and Brawler back then. And this guy's pretty much a clone of Brawler because when Brawler had his overpowered formation, all the Earthmates pretty much started copying him and using the same thing with Guy and Iruka as well as Rock Lee. So Kapow is pretty much like a clone of Brawler. And you know, he's the strongest person in Konoha to have to work against. So, you know, it provides some entertainment, especially with the long ranked battle fights. But I just really love Tendo Pain. Like, I can't get enough of him. He pretty much soloed the 81 ninja exam for me, because when you fight the 2 big guys, they pretty much deal taijutsu damage, and they were both dead. So then it was just like the 2 ninjutsu chicks that were alive, and they pretty much killed my whole team but Tendo Pain. And the funny thing is, you just see Tendo all the time getting hit, but it's just immune to ninjutsu, so he stayed full HP while he just basically killed them himself. And Tendo Pain's amazing in ranked battle because he hits everybody. He's amazing for PvP. I mean, he attacks the whole team, all the teams, and just does massive damage. So, you know, everything's great about that. I also have a really long day ahead of me today because a lot of people, I think I mentioned this yesterday, but everyone was saying, oh yeah, you know, once you finish all your chances, you can keep helping people with Hanzo and it doesn't use your stamina. So I'm pretty much on a mission to help everybody in my group with the Hanzo thing. And I have already done a lot of runs. I think yesterday alone I did like 40 Hanzo runs. So I've helped at least like five people, maybe like 6 people. And it's just, honestly, I don't mind doing it because I'll just tell them to invite me and I'll go like AFK, leave my game on while they do all the chances. But it's kind of, you know, it feels like a hassle. But, you know, I'm trying to help my group out, trying to make everybody have a better experience. You know, I just want everybody to get stronger so we can do better in Great Ninja War, and that's pretty much the goal. But I can't get enough of Tendo Pain's mystery. Like, man, I just love watching it. So you guys are gonna see a lot of battles in this video, and then towards the end is gonna basically me doing all the level 63 stuff. Now my ranked battle team is very far behind as far as levels. I think they're all like level 57, 50 something. They're all in the 50s still. None of them have reached the 60s. So I finally managed to just upgrade everybody out, make them as current as I can. The Pains are really overpowered, but I want to kind of start doing more variety. So maybe, I don't know, I just really need to level everybody up. And a lot of people are wondering why I always switch to weaker ninjas when I'm doing sweeps, and that's because the ninjas in your formation, they get a lot more experience from sweeping. They pretty much get like 50k every time you sweep. It depends on the instance as well. If you're doing 60s, they'll get more XP than doing the 50s. So depending on the level you're doing it, pretty much they're gonna get a ton more XP, and that's pretty much the easiest way to level them without having to use food. So that's what I've been trying to do. I pretty much been trying to level up all the sound ninjas, and eventually try to mess around with those. That's why I can't like stop talking about this in every video. But the fact that you can always change your teams, use any team, and they all work is just amazing. It is kind of annoying though when you have to always cultivate everybody, awaken everybody. But you don't have to pretty much do it to everybody. Just use the ninjas that you're gonna work on. So I pretty much have to always do it to these 12 ninjas that I use, and then I have to also do the Asuma Windblade because I use them for Ninetales. And I think since it's Sunday, we're gonna have Stage World Battlefield later tonight, as well as the Ninetale event. So that's gonna be something I have to look forward to. I'm gonna have to swap everything over. But Tendo Pain, ridiculous. Tomorrow is double instant sweeps, and I do have stamina potions saved up. I have to see what I'll be doing though, because I think I can try to upgrade some more equipment. Good thing about doing an 80 ninja exam was pretty much that I can actually get a Kage scroll every day now without having to worry about some RNG. And there's also always a chance of getting the Sage scrolls. Now the Sage scrolls are ridiculous because unless you get to level 100 ninja exam, you are gonna be unable to pretty much get one every day. So you either get it from the 80 or you get it from the 100 guaranteed. And I know there's no way in hell for me to reach the 100, at least not until I get maybe like 30k battle power. And I was actually like looking at server 7. Like, man, the rank 1 on that server is ridiculous. Like Onagiri is a wind main, and that person has 44,000 battle power, nearly like all 6 level 7 and 8 Magatamas, probably max refines. I think it has like a like a tier 7 battle armor cloak, something ridiculous, man. That account is so strong. It has to be the strongest English Naruto Online account by far. 44,000 battle power just blows off everybody. Like, I've seen a lot of people with like 25, 26k BP. So the fact that that person has 44k is ridiculous, man. Every ninja in her team is pretty much 11k battle power. So it's really fucking stacked. Especially the Sage Naruto. It has like I think all 8 Magatamas. So I'm pretty much done, like I said, with the pulls. I would like to get a Conan. I just don't really want to invest any more seal scrolls at this moment. I've seen a lot of people talk about Conan and Tendo Pain teams, and I'm kind of leaning more towards Tendo Pain now. So I wouldn't mind benching Hashirama just to run something that makes him better. As far as going for a high combo though, it really isn't a great thing because Chio is good against single targets. But in a PvP situation, you wouldn't really want to go for a 19 combo when her damage is pretty weak, I would say, or at least what everybody says. Her damage isn't the greatest for team fights, but in a solo type thing, yeah, then the 19 hit combo that Tendo can do in everybody would be pretty ridiculous. So that's why I don't really care if I get Chio, but Conan is really nice because she works with him 100%, and then she also gives shields to Akatsuki members. So maybe I could do like some Akatsuki kind of thing. I think that as well as the problem with the combo simulator is that the Tobi in the Chinese version has changed. The one in Naruto Online has a knockdown, and the one in China doesn't have a knockdown anymore. So that's why I think they should do a combo simulator in the English version, because it is slightly different. Having a 60 chakra costing Tendo Pain mystery compared to 80 chakra, that's gonna probably like throw off some people because they might not know that China has a different Tendo Pain than us. And then having a Tobi with different abilities here compared to there is going to really mess up the combos, because you pretty much have to know that he has knockdown in the US version compared to the Chinese version. So I was thinking actually like Tobi, Tendo Pain, and Conan want to actually do a 9-hit combo. And the pretty nice thing about that is that you don't have a fire main, so having 2 fire ninjas. Plus Tobi is kind of annoying to deal with. I've been fighting Kapow with his Tobi, Sage, Jiraiya, and Sasuke team, and that Tobi, man, freaking unyielding is like one of the most annoying things to come up against, especially when an Earth main has it. Now, the more I fight Earth mains, the more I hate them. Like they have this level 55 ability, I think, that makes them immune to any combo. So you can't combo on them, and they're immune to like crowd effects or all this crazy things. And then the more annoying thing is fighting lightning mains, man. They hit you like 5 times. Like you can see right there. Like, that lightning main just hits 5 times. It is the most annoying thing ever. So I can't stand lightning mains. I can't stand earth mains. Fire mains, honestly, I don't think they're like that bad compared to others. Like, the only most overpowered thing they have is a sleep. And then they also have a clone. But the thing about clones is that they can still pretty much die easily. Unless it's like the Orochimaru that summons the Hashirama and the Tobi. even though they're clones, they actually or Tobirama, not Toby. The fact that he summons them, they're not clones. They're actual, like the actual ninjas. So they're strong as shit. But you know, I'm only gonna be waiting until the 70 summons, I guess. That's what I'm gonna do. More Seal Scrolls, trying to get Sage Naruto. Would like to get that Konoha Trader or Orochimaru, and maybe even get that 1000 Puppet Sasori. Now I know the 1000 Puppet Sasori is a super rare, but I need to really stop doing the pulls on Seal Scrolls and just go for Magatamas and refines, things that can make me stronger. Because doing 400 scrolls for just the Tendo, pretty much realized at the end that, you know, imagine all the battle power I could have got from that. But I'm kind of glad I got Tendo in a way, because I'm enjoying him way more than Hashirama, and it just makes the team way more overpowered. So, you know, a lot of people are saying stop using the Pain team and Sevarotron and all this stuff. It makes me weak. So I decided to, you know, swap over to these guys for a little bit. And honestly, they don't really like hold up. And I think this was way before I even worked on them. So they're still like level 55 and I still have a lot of Cultivates, Awakens to go. So, you know, towards the end of the video, I do work on them. But for some reason, man, Kakashi is like a freaking sponge. Like, he just gets dropped. I wish I was able to get this doubles out 5-star though. You know, the clone one, he is decent, but the water one is way better. So I wish I could have gotten this one 5-star. Great Ninja War Conqueror though. I really love that his mystery poisons and ignites. Plus he has a Sasori puppet, so I think he's a really good ninja. Like, he's one of my favorite like Sand Village ninjas that you could get in this game. I just can't stand Gaara though. When I had Gaara, he was like the weakest piece of trash I could have. So I don't think I'll ever use a Gaara unless they release a better version of him. And then, you know, everybody uses Hinata because she's just like annoying. Like, that's just how you say it. She's just annoying and pretty much overpowered. Now, I thought I was gonna lose. Like, that's the reason why I was gonna switch my team earlier, because Kakashi had like no health, and then I figured I was gonna lose that fight. But surprisingly, they did well. You know, we still managed to win that with one ninja down at the start. And then I had to put the Pains back in because in my main team, I think Tendo died, and that's the one problem, is that, you know, Tendo can't get the shield, even though he is pretty strong. Taijutsu just destroys him. So I do put him in the front because he's just a lot more durable. You know, being immune to ninjutsu and then blocking one taijutsu every round is pretty good. Plus the Fire Main clone is in front of him to take the hits. So overall it works good, but, you know, just taijutsu just destroys him. Oh man, there's just pretty much nothing else I can do. Now I'm feeling like overwhelmed talking through this video, because it is a long video, and I think I'm only halfway through when I'm recording right now. And there is just so much things to talk about. I finally, you know, started catching up to the Naruto Shippuden. I haven't watched this since I think like episode 440. But here I was actually trying to get the stamina potion, and, you know, I failed. So I wish I could have gotten more chances, or at least gotten a stamina potion. But whatever, you know, managed to get more Shino fragments, so another 3-star. At this rate, I'm gonna have like everybody 4-star and 5-star. But, you know, whatever. You know, I'm trying to catch them all. My main is actually halfway to becoming a 4-star because of all the seal scrolls I've been summoning. And I don't know how long it's gonna take, but you get 4 a day. So I assume it's gonna take maybe like 13 days, 2 weeks before I get a main 4-star. So it should be a huge boost by then. Now, it just made me realize that getting a Hashirama 4-star, 5-star, as well as a Tendo Pain is pretty much impossible. I think in China though, when you do like one of the banners, you actually get Hashirama fragments. So it's actually possible, but still at the same time really expensive. Maybe in the future they'll bring them out in an event, but the fragments are probably going to be ridiculously expensive. So even I don't think they would ever put a super value in an event, at least not now. But if they did put a super rare, I guarantee you it would probably cost you around 50,000 ingots just to get one. It'll pretty much be the same thing as pulling seal scrolls. So I really don't know if they would, you know, discount it. Maybe at the cheapest they would do is like 30,000, 40,000 ingots, I guess. But the fact that they're super rare, you know, they have to keep it pretty much expensive. And I was just really, I need to take a break real quick. So here on out, I was pretty much doing all the plot instances because I wanted to get the XP. I also wanted to, I kind of want to get that Tsunade. At the level 60 plot instances, you get the Sanin Tsunade, which, I mean, she is like, I guess she is alright. The Hokage one is way better, but I think you get her at either like the 80 summons. Well, when the 80 update comes out, they're going to have the Kage summon, so I think you get her from there. Or you might actually be able to get her from the Sage Naruto summon, so I'm not sure where you get her from, but she is, as far as I know, the best healer in the game right now. But it is just crazy. Fighting this stuff for like I don't even know so long. It felt like an eternity while I was doing all these plot instances. Especially there's one where you have to like get these clues, man. It's like you have to get 8 clues and you have to do all these fights as well. So plot instances are getting longer. I would say I'm still pretty much breezing through them. Haven't had any real problems with that. Plot instances, you get Zabuza, revived Chio fragments, as well as Kimimaru. So I'm gonna have to finish all the instances later on. It's really good to 3-star all the plot instances and elite instances, just because you really want to get those. I would say like I don't know what they're called, like the battle power points. Basically how your ninja can go from Chunin to Jonin, and then I guess the next will be Anbu or something. But you probably won't be able to get Anbu until the level 80 update, so that's something to look forward to. But it gives you quite a bit about a boost towards your main character stats, so that's what I like about it. Make sure I 3-star everything. And you know the best thing about leveling up is that you get a ton of XP from all the main plot quests, so they pretty much help you speed level it up a little bit. Now I honestly thought that it would take me a lot longer to hit 70, but at this rate I don't think it would take me too long to hit 70. I'd probably say that maybe in like 2 weeks time I'll be at 70, and you know I want to really just take my time because I don't want to do any more seal scroll pulls for a while. I really want to focus on battle power alone. Maybe they have some events that I can get some more character fragments for, like a Jiraiya or someone I need. And that's pretty much it. I just want to avoid seal scrolls as much as possible and work on everything else, because as far as I do have like all these ninjas, I still feel very weak. Especially when I fight against Kapow, you know, he actually has good chances of beating me now because of the new team he's been using. And I assume he's gonna put a Hashirama in there, maybe replace Sasuke with Hashirama or something, and who knows, you know, it's going to be an intense battle. So I really want to get a lot stronger then. And pretty much so far, though, I've been... we still have to kill the Ninetales, man. It is... Like, we have been losing people when it comes to the Ninetales event. We had so many people doing it, so many strong people. And then now the more times we do Ninetales, the less strong people we have. And, you know, every time we keep doing it, less people show up. So it's something that we can't kill. We only managed to do 10 health bars in, and I pretty much do around like 10 million damage alone, maybe like close to 11 mil, I guess. But it's just, you know, something that we have to kill. We will be getting more rewards if it was dying, but I just don't see it dying anytime soon, unless I, you know, freaking get like 30k battle power out of nowhere and then just start like destroying it. But overall, I will still be using Hashirama, Windblade Asuma, and Iruka for my Ninetales team. So Tendo is pretty much gonna be used for everything else. I'm just gonna keep this team, you know. I'm just gonna keep this team the way it is, because it so far has been doing good. And you know, Tendo usually skills on the second, third round, so, or I would say third round, I believe, on the third round, and then actually makes it good. So here I was pretty much having to do all these fights. And that's the way you 3-star stages. You have to do all the fights and then pretty much do the objective. Make sure you do the hard fight if you have to kill someone else though. But when it comes to gathering items, just make sure you do all the fights. And I mean, it was fairly easy. I remember someone saying that they were struggling on this thing. Now it's just easy for me because I guess I'm too strong for these kind of stages right now. That's why I'm kind of watching through with them. But they do take a while to go through. And as I was saying about the Naruto Shippuden, like, finally caught up. I managed to get up to like episode 474. I'm not sure how many episodes I have left, but you know I'm gonna watch it until the end, just because you know those fillers were honestly annoying. They were just really annoying. I wanted it to get back to the fight. I remember getting Ninja Storm, and pretty much I already saw the end of Naruto because of that game. So now like rewatching the anime while it's pretty much current. It's actually, there's a lot of things that they missed, but of course, like, the game isn't gonna spoil everything for you. So, I mean, honestly, I really enjoy Naruto right now as far as watching it. A lot of sad stuff though, but it's expected. Overall, it makes me think. Like, I've been watching. When I first watched Naruto, it was like it has to be maybe like, I think the year 2004, 2005, somewhere around there, man. Like everything I can remember happened all around between those years, 2004, 2005, 2006. Those like 3 years have so much meaning to me as far as a lot of things that were like back then. And I remember when I first saw Naruto on Cartoon Network, man, like, oh shit, that shit brings back so many memories. And I never really watched it too much. Like I remember watching a few episodes here and there. Well, it wasn't until a few years after that where I actually realized, oh, you could just like watch everything in order on the internet. So I watched the regular Naruto, and then like Shippuden came out later on. I didn't really watch Shippuden until I believe like 4 years ago. That's when I actually started Shippuden. So honestly though, Naruto has been a huge trip. I would still hope that they remake the Bleach anime, or make a continuation. But who knows what's gonna happen? Honestly, it was such a disappointing ending to the Bleach anime and manga. Well, manga at least, but I don't know. There's just such a huge disappointment. It's a huge disappointment, and it's just because Shonen Jump pretty much rushed them to make the ending, and it should have been a lot longer. Honestly, it should have been at least like a 700 chapter anime or manga. Jeez, man. Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to reading mangas, I don't like reading mangas. I like to watch animes only. I just don't have the patience for reading. I used to always have trouble back in grade school, especially when you had to like do this stupid thing to read like 30 books every time you had an English class in middle school and all this stuff. I was the type of person who could not read the books, so I would just go to Spark Notes at the end, find some books that I could get away with, read all the summaries, put them all down on my list, and when the professor or the teacher or whatever would just be like, oh yeah, so what was this book about? I would just like pretty much memorize the summary and I would know what it was about. So yeah, I just never liked reading, honestly. I never liked it. I'm more of a visual person. That's why the way I learn is basically by watching something happen and watching someone do something. Pretty much watching anime is way more enjoyable. Just watching stuff than reading is way more enjoyable for me. But too many people I know that actually enjoy reading. But yeah, I still can't believe I've been talking all this time. So I'm just trying to think of stuff. Yeah, but next week though, someone told me that the Hanzo resets Monday. I was thinking of waiting a little bit because I assume that when I hit 64, it'll probably push me to 65. I want to know if I could do difficult. Someone did link me a team that can clear difficult with a fire main, but I really don't know how difficult is, and I need to know how much battle power will be suggested for that. So if I could hit 65, I would definitely give difficult a try. Someone told me that you get a title for clearing difficult. I'm not sure what the requirements are for it, but it would be nice to clear difficult just to get more materials out of it and level up the battle armor, because I want to get my battle armor as far as I can. Wouldn't mind spending ingots towards it, but it's gonna start getting expensive. So yeah, I've been speaking this whole time. I can't wait till I finish recording and I can relax for a bit, and then help out people and all this other stuff. So the rendering journey begins. But I still remember when I was watching the anime so long ago, and Asuma died. Honestly, I never really paid attention to Asuma as a character, but it was such a sad death. Freaking like Hidon and Kakuzu, it was kind of messed up. And then here was where I finally got the quest that just blocked me. So I have to wait until Monday. I assume Monday I could probably get close to 64, just because I have, I'd say, at least like 12, 13 stamina potions saved up. Now I am one fragment away from Hidon, which I wasn't gonna go for, at least not until tomorrow or a different day, because we do have on Sundays the arena shop has a stamina potion. So I would say every Sunday make sure you have 1200 arena points to get yourself those 2 stamina potions. It's gonna reset once at noon, and then it resets like later on in the evening. So that's why you can get it twice on a Sunday, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna be doing every Sunday. You want to get that stamina for Mondays. Has a lot more experience, especially with sweeping. But here I was basically like, okay, let me just level everybody up. Now I was going to save this for when I was gonna sweep and level them up that way. But I have a lot of food, so I might as well use it up, and then I can at least focus on other ninjas, because eventually you're gonna pretty much want to have every ninja leveled up just in case you ever need them. Recently I've been having to use ninjas I never thought I would use, like a Ino and Shikamaru. I never thought I'd have to use them before, but they really made the ninja exam level 80 easy. I pretty much had to do it at around 18k, 17.5k BP. That's when I actually found like RNG to work. It wasn't even like too much RNG, because I don't even think I killed Jugo first round. I still managed to kill him the second round and win. But it was just the fact that I was a lot stronger. I was able to hang on and not get nuked from it. But yeah, that ninja exam stage was pretty ridiculous, man. So I'm just going to take a break from ninja exam for now. And here I was pretty much leveling everybody up, cultivating them as well. And yeah, those are all the ninjas I need to use basically. So I think it's like what, 12 ninjas or 15? I don't know, 13 ninjas that I have to worry about. Yeah, 13 ninjas I have to worry about. And you know, just in case, I think I have to level up somebody else. I don't know what the team was, but the team for the difficult was something to do with Sasuke. It's probably like a Sakura or a Kabuto or a Sai. That's pretty much the trend I've been seeing. So if I can't do difficult when I hit 65 this week, I'm gonna go ahead and do the one above normal. I don't know what it is, or is it normal? I can't remember. I don't know. Difficulties are weird. There's like, I think it's like, I just say easy, normal, and difficult. So I guess that if I can't do the difficult one, I'll do the normal. And then here I was like, okay, let me just get these materials. I want to get everything out of the Anbu scrolls, and then start going for the Kage scroll stuff. Pretty much get everything maxed out as best as I could. So here I put everybody back in just to get some more experience from sweeping. And sadly, I ran out of materials. I need 10 more stamina to get this thing upgraded. And I was like, damn, man. The good thing is that you want to have a lot of resistance on Iruka, so his shields basically absorb more damage. And I was one short in the end. I don't know how I just didn't notice it. I at least thought I got the waterfall stones I needed. But I ended up getting 2 out of 3 instead of 3 out of 3. And it's good to buy 50 stamina every day just because it's only 10 ingots. After that, it gets expensive. So I pretty much start doing that now every day. But pretty much going to have a lot of stamina saved up for Monday. That's going to be nice. Been getting less stamina potions than I usually did for the first 2 weeks of the game. But it's alright. I really can't wait for the summoning trial. Or what is it like? Yeah, the summoning events to go away. I see that we still have the summoning rebate hot topic event going on, so I was actually tempted to do another 100 summoning scrolls just because you do get 20 back for doing 100, so it's kind of nice. And here I basically updated my lineup just to get the battle power registered, and then I decided just to fight Pride because I need to get my battle power upgraded. The arena battle power, as far as the standings go, it only updates when you fight somebody. And I didn't notice that until, you know, I was stuck at 16.5k battle power for the longest. And I don't know, I think it's because I never adjusted the lineup, so that's why I just was still stuck at that low battle power. But now it's just updates every time I fight, so that's a plus. But you know, tomorrow I should have Toby, or actually I should get him later today. So tomorrow you'll see me have Toby, and I'm still have to go for Kakazu. And I can't get Hidan for another few days, which is a kind of disappointment, but unless I get his fragments, I just need one fragment, you know, like one fragment. I could get it from summoning and the seal treasures, which I don't want to. I can get it from the survival trial breakthrough, but you know, I've been only seeing sorcery and other people. So I just have to pretty much be patient, and worst case scenario, I'll get it from the arena. But I don't know if I mentioned this in this video. I talked so much, I don't know what I said. But just in case you guys don't have any of the people from the survival trial, start working on them, because the Chinese update, they basically got rid of the shops. They make you buy like one fragment at a time, and you have to basically collect all the ninjas in order until you get up to the end. So it's gonna be really hard to get ninjas from the shops, or at least it's gonna be really hard to get fragments without doing seal scroll pulls. So I would suggest for you guys, if you have any points saved up, start spending them now. Get all the current ninjas that you don't have, then stack up the points, because when the I think it's like when the 80 update comes, they update the shops and they give you more ninjas in there. So pretty much you always want to get all the ninjas you don't have. And if you're pretty much using anybody, try to get them 5-star. That's what you really want to go for. Because once that update from China hits, man, we're going to pretty much have a harder time just to collect all these ninjas. But I think it's going to be at least like so many months to come before that happens. But, you know, nothing you can do about that. It's going to change the game for better or for worse. A lot of people haven't liked the, you know, the new update as far as getting ninjas. And I was going to focus less on the donations now, because we did get the 6th group. We didn't get it in time during the new server events to actually get seal scrolls for everybody. But here I'm just going to try to get everybody's strengthens up to at least 60, and then maybe keep going for strengthens over that. At least until I get all my group skills 25. So I'll be doing donations here and there, trying to manage my coins. And can't wait for Ninetales event, because it gives you a good amount of experience as well as a good amount of coins. And I'm just pretty much trying to hit 70 before the 80 update. So that's the goal. I don't mind waiting at 70 and not doing anything. I have a ton of Magatamos, but I don't know. I don't really want to waste spend them to imbue or embed them. And I have 12 large stamina potions, as well as like 5 or 6 small ones. And all those revival potions are just lame, but these gold ninja tools are really good. I wish I could get more of them. I'll have to see. The Akatsuki team instance is only going to get me the Akatsuki ring, which is another purple. But, you know, I have to finally end the video here. I'm going to have to do arena later on. So, hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys Monday. We're pretty much going to be doing a ton of sweeps.